back to the Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the crazy plot of the Interstellar Song Contest, because yeah, obviously there is a spoiler warning in the title, and obviously I'm going to give one now just in case, but yeah, the leaks were true, or at least a good part of them were, and we have got a lot of interesting things to be talking about. But obviously, yeah, the events of the Interstellar Song Contest, obviously it's a space-themed version of Eurovision, and yeah, Rylan Clark's presenting it, through not aging, through cryosleep. So that's established right from the get-go. But essentially, the event is run by an organisation known as the Corporation, and this corporation, well, they've got a little bit of a bad rep in certain parts of the galaxy. So the event is hijacked by a guy from Hellion called Kid. And Kid blames the corporation for the state of his planet, and obviously the way resources and the people harvest, for something called honey poppies, which is just like a flavouring of honey and stuff. And he decides to take revenge against the corporation, because the corporation run and fund the Interstellar Song Contest. And what he decides to do is, whilst everyone's there in their big intergalactic dome, he decides to send them all off into space. Literally, they're all there, lifted and sent into space. Now, thankfully, the Doctor arrives literally like moments before. Whilst he's watching one of the performances, he notices that for some reason, the dress rehearsals is being live streamed instead, and Rylan is absent during the dress rehearsals. So the Doctor decides to put in like a safety precaution in the Mavity well to help the people survive, and to kind of stop them from going off and losing oxygen, that sort of thing, and helps preserve them. And then, whilst the Doctor is drifting in and out of consciousness, he starts to get visions of Susan. Yes, not Susan Twist. No, the actual Susan. Susan Foreman was indeed acknowledged in this episode. Caroline Ford returned. Like, what? So obviously setting things up for the finale. But she wants the Doctor to find her. And she gets the Doctor to wake up. And this causes the Doctor to use a confetti cannon to drift across space. Quite literally, in a badass moment, dare I say. And it gets him to back on the space station. And then we see the Doctor in a light that we haven't seen him in a very long time. And this Doctor, he is angry when he realises what has happened. And he proceeds to make his way to the control room, before obviously saying hello to Graham Norton through the hologram. And he decides to unleash his anger out on Kid. Quite literally, he decides to unleash his anger out on him. And through a lot of hologram torture, a lot of electrocuting through the holograms, the Doctor unleashes his anger, because he does say later on that all the 3 trillion people that could have been threatened through the Delta Wave, by the way, which is a nice callback to Series 1, the Delta Wave, for everyone that was watching the Interstellar Song Contest, they would have had their brains fried. Now, the Doctor, for that number of people that could have been killed, it reminded him of his home planet, which, according to the Doctor, there are no Time Lords left, even though he's getting visions of Susan, which is a little bit confusing. Anyway, thankfully, Belinda arrives alongside another secret Hellion called Cora, who does a very nice song towards the end to help shine a positive light on the people from the planet, to try and get the public to change their deception of them as well. So hopefully that might work later down the line, but we don't know. But I feel like there is a setup to a follow-up with the story from some of the stuff that the Doctor says to Kid. So it could potentially happen. Anyway, as the Doctor is making his way back to Earth, because he does realise now that he's done all the Vindicator trips that he needs to have done, the Graham Norton hologram decides to make itself known again, and mentions that, the planet Earth was destroyed countless years ago. And the Doctor's like, wait, what? No, that's not the case at all. And it was destroyed on May the 24th. So the Doctor decides to rush back with Belinda, because they're like, no, what? No, that's not the case. And as he just arrives at planet Earth, and there's a strange noise close to Bell's going, and the TARDIS doors quite literally blow open. So whatever's going down on May 24th, we will find out next week, which I absolutely cannot wait for. But that's not it, because the Interstellar Song Contest had a mid-credit scene where Mrs. Flood, who was there in the audience, she unfortunately didn't survive as she thought she would have done. And as she pointed out, time ladies have a way of survival. And she regenerated into the Rani. Yes, the Rani is back after loads of speculation, some leaks as well, and it's happened. The Rani's back, and she's regenerated. So we've got 2 Ranis now. We waited for the Rani's return for a very long time. We've now got 2, and oh boy, the finale is going to get very interesting for sure, and I absolutely cannot wait. So yeah, we've got the Rani who's back. She knows how to get back to Earth, and I feel like there's a greater evil that's coming this way in the Hooniverse. But with all that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you are new around here, please click that like button and subscribe for more nerdy content, because honestly, yeah, we've got a regenerated Rani, which hopefully next week we'll find out how she's able to regenerate. Is that something that Time Lords can do now? Obviously, we need to find out why Susan is suddenly, contacting the Doctor through psychic projections, because it was like she was communicating with the Doctor. And where has she been all this time? But with all that being said, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Leave a like and subscribe for more nerdy content, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.